Hello, thank you for joining us once again on the Tomosi Business Training Series. This week, we start a new topic titled Trade Within the Region. And I would like to start us off with a question. As an entrepreneur, what are you doing daily, weekly, or even monthly to boost trade within your country?
So I suppose in the rush of day-to-day living, you might never have heard about the Balkans, particular part of the world in Central Southeast Europe. Especially if you're from Africa. And there's not much contact we have had over the last 200 years with this part of the world. Well, I was there a couple of weeks ago. The Balkan countries of Central Southeastern Europe are a good gateway to the market of the EU, European Union, given their access and history to the Western and Eastern European nations. The Balkans comprise the countries of Serbia, Romania, Slovenia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Albania, and the breakaway state of Kosovo, which is recognized by a few countries in the world, given its traditions, history, geography, population, and cultural connections to Serbia. When I mention these countries, they just bring all the history of the First, Second World War to my mind. Now, so if you take a container of coffee or simsim or chocolate or tea or grains or banana flour or dried fruits or powdered milk, these are the items we are focusing on as an advisory committee to the President of Uganda to increase our exports by an extra 6 billion. So if you take a container of those, you drive your truck to Dar es Salaam or to Mombasa, you sail up the Suez Canal to the Mediterranean Sea, onto the Aegean Sea, and onto the Adriatic Sea. Now, the Adriatic Sea, which is just a little north of the Mediterranean Sea, has a string of ports in Croatia, in Montenegro, and Albania, where you offload these commodities that then go into the markets of Europe. These ports are very good connecting ports. They are connecting points to Central and Southeast European market. They also serve the market of Turkey in the east, which is a very growing destination for Ugandan coffee. The Balkans, therefore, are a sageway to Russia and onto the lower west in Greece. These Balkans are only 4 hours by air from Dubai. Many Ugandans use that route. Uganda Airlines does it, and many other airlines. So it is 4 hours by air from Dubai and less than 2 hours from Amsterdam, which is another connecting point in Istanbul, or an hour and a half from Turkey. So these three cities, Dubai, Amsterdam, and Istanbul, have very heavy passenger traffic from Uganda and East Africa daily, but they have less cargo from Uganda. So just to give you some context, a combined GDP, the gross domestic product of the 6 Balkan nations, is over euros 100 billion, with income per capita of some 5,700 euros, which if you use today's exchange rate would be 22 million Uganda shillings. That's the average income annually of the people of the Balkans, largely. The Balkans have 45 million people, which is really total Ugandan population, but high expenditure, high income, high consumption than Uganda. So that peninsula that comprises the 6 countries has 45 million and 60 million people when you add Romania as a country. Romania is just northeast of Serbia, the main center of the Balkans. So Serbia, with its ancient city of Belgrade, Belgrade's old Roman name is Singdunum, Singdanum or Singdunum. It was settled by the South Slavs, so the Slavic people of Russia, of Eastern Europe. These are South Slavs. It was settled about 520 AD. It was conquered by the Ottomans in 1521 AD. It became the capital of Serbia in 1841. So that's the city I was in for about 4 or 5 days. The city is the old central ground for what used to be called Yugoslavia, which for anyone who is above 45 years of age and you are interested in history, you would remember its last famous leader, Josip Broz Tito, who died in 1980. Serbia has about 63 billion euros worth of combined GDP, which is the largest economy in the region, and it is a center of trade in the new, quote unquote, the open Balkans policy, which is similar to what we're building in South African community. So only Slovenia in the north and Croatia are part of the 27 countries of the EU. Again, just for context, so you can follow me closely, both Nikola Tesla, those of you who know Elon Musk and the Tesla car, so the man who this is named after, the Serbian-born American inventor, Nikola Tesla, who Elon Musk named his electric car after, who is also known for breakthrough experiments in transmission and application of electricity, along with Marco Polo, the explorer we usually think was Italian. They were all born here. Marco Polo, he was born in the breakaway Kosovo Republic, and Tesla in Serbia. Tesla is very big in Serbia. He has a special museum named after him and a whole airport dedicated to his work and his memory in the city of Belgrade. The story of Nikola Tesla has an underlying lesson it should teach us in Africa. It is that even when you have a country with a source of innovative young people, but you have no strong social and economic base to spring from, young people will find it often hard to fit in the countries that seek to use their knowledge. Young people will not get much social support in spite of the contribution they may make in their country of adoption. So every time I read the story of Tesla, of Nikola Tesla, and the technology battles he had with the American Thomas Edison, who many students are taught in school as the inventor of the modern incandescent light bulb, whenever I read this story of Tesla, I am reminded of our modern day gentleman called, a modern day manager, a fellow called Carlos Ghosn, written as G-O-S-N, spelled as Ghosn, the Lebanese manager who turned around the Japanese Nissan and French Renault vehicles from bankruptcy to profitability. Carlos Ghosn would run into trouble with his employers on both the European and Asian continents. He was arrested, kept in prison without charge till he escaped to Lebanon. No country among those in whose manufacturing plants he had excelled, where he had made a difference, no country would stand with him. What's the lesson? That there is no success without your community that can stand with you. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
I'd like to hear from you. Please email us at info@tapmedia.com and visit our website at www.tapmedia.com. You can also visit our offices located at Tomosi Business Park, Luzira, Port Bell Road, or call 0414 220 702. Thank you.